Good morning and welcome to Experience Life Coaching and Training. AJ Ackerman here, coach and lead trainer, and I'm excited to be here with you today. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful day? Thank you so much for being here. Today is all about how to earn one new listing. How do you get that one new listing every single month, every single week, whether you're brand new or you're an experienced agent? This training today is going to help you achieve just that. We're going to keep it really simple, but we've got a lot of information to cover. So please, please do yourself a favor. Get something out to write with. Make sure that you take great notes because you're going to have these aha moments. Our goal is to help you have that one aha moment, to give you the inspiration, the motivation to help you do the things you need to do. And just like with all the other trainings, we're gonna start with clarity. We're gonna start with experiencing your vision and how to keep perspective to help you see the long term, to help us define what your goal is. The second piece is all gonna be about growth, about training, about helping you become the best version of yourself. And then we're gonna end, so make sure you stay to the very end. We're gonna end with your success work. What are those specific tasks? What are those specific action steps that you need to take in order to achieve the goal of one new listing? So once again, welcome to our Real Estate Monthly Mastery Training Group. My name's AJ Ackerman, and today is all about how to earn one new listing. And how do we do that? How do we get there, right? It's all about your ambition. It's about your desired path. And it's about us together going on that journey of creating the dream lifestyle you've always wanted. So this is how we want to start thinking about things. We want to make sure we're thinking about the idea is to get one new listing, just one. Because what happens is once you learn how to get one, then you're going to know we're going to want to repeat and get another one. See, when you get in the really good habits of creating one new listing, then you'll be able to create more. And that's how we generate that long-term revenue. Now, in order to get here, right, we've got to start from the beginning. So where are you right now in your business? If you're brand new or you're experienced, what are your advantages? What are your past successes? What are you really good at? What are your passions? What do you love? What are some of the things that you need to work on? What are some of the activities you need to start doing? What are some of the things you need to stop doing? See, we want to also define where we are right now, because one of the biggest reasons that people don't reach their goal is because of this. It's because who you need to become in order to get listing every single week, every single month, whatever it is for you. Because if you were already the person you needed to be in order to achieve your goals, then you would have already achieved them. See, that was one of those big aha moments for me when I started my personal growth journey. My first coach taught me the difference between how successful people think and act compared to non-successful people. Now, we know that successful people think success is different for different people, right? It's different for you than it is for me. But it's about being successful in all areas of life. And we got to help you become that person so that you achieve the results. That's one of the reasons a lot of agents fail, is because they keep doing the work and then they quit. They stop doing the things they need to do because they're not getting that instant gratification, right? We all love instant gratification. We all love success, but it's going to take a lot of work up front, especially for real estate agents, because we're an upfront loaded business. Everything you do over the next 6 to 12 months is going to determine your results and your income for the next 6 to 12 months. So here we go. I want to make sure that you understand it's about the 5 main areas to create clarity, growth, and success. And how do you use these areas to earn one new listing every month, every week, however long it takes? It doesn't matter, because once you get that new listing, do you think you're going to be a little more confident? Are you going to get a little bit more excited? Do you have the opportunity to do more business? Absolutely. And so whenever I work with brand new people, I work really hard at trying to help them understand that just focus on getting that one new listing, because it will change the trajectory of your business. First area, financial goals. You got to know your numbers, right? You got to understand what it's going to take to help you get to that new listing. And we're going to dive a little deeper in each of these areas that's specific to earning a new seller client. The second one is your why and purpose. Why should you be a seller's agent? Why is it important for you to have listings? Once again, we're going to go through that today. Number 3, relationships. Create, build, and maintain exceptional relationships, and you will create a lifelong successful business. You'll have more joy, more happiness, and more love in your life. Relationships are the name of the game, and out of these 5, it's the most important thing that you need to do to create success fast is that you need to have relationships. And if you don't have any, when I first got started in the business in 2009, I didn't know anyone. I had moved away for 10 years. I started completely from scratch. So I had to create a lot of relationships. I had to create a lot of opportunities in order to achieve some success quickly. Now, if you've been in the area for a long time, that's amazing because you already know people that are local. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in your success work. The 4th one, entrepreneurship. You're a business owner. Congratulations. I have a huge passion for entrepreneurship and a lot of respect for entrepreneurs because guess what? It's not easy. It's extremely difficult to build a business that you're proud of. But that's why we're here. Experience Life Coaching and Training is all about helping you achieve the business, the successful business that you want. And that's what's so cool about real estate. Whether you're a real estate salesperson or you're even a mortgage broker, right? It's all about growing the business that you want so that you can live your lifestyle. And the last one, experience your day. How productive are you? Are you enjoying your day? Are you at the end of the day saying to yourself, you know what? I crushed it today. Today was an amazing day. I owned this day. As you get better at experiencing your day, you're going to become more productive. You're going to absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and get started with how to earn 1 new listing. Are you ready? All right, we're going to start with financial goals. So I hope once again, you've got something to write with because we're going to go through a lot of information really quickly. But some of this stuff is extremely powerful to help you kickstart, to help you jumpstart, to help you start hitting those financial goals. But do you know what they are? You know, it's funny. A lot of times I talk to real estate agents and I ask them, what is your sales goal for the year? And it's interesting because I always get this kind of pause. It's like they don't want to tell you. I'm like, just tell me what your sales goal is. I don't care if it's low or high. It doesn't matter to me what your sales goal is. But you gotta have a goal. You gotta have a vision. You gotta know where you wanna go because then we can work backwards. When I first got started in the business, I wanted to make 6 figures. I had a dream when I was 21 years old. I wanted to make 6 figures. I was 31 years old and I hadn't quite gotten there yet, right? And I made a lot of mistakes along the way. But I made the decision that this time was gonna be different, that I was gonna become the man I needed to be. Are you ready to become the man or woman that you need to be? In order to finally reach that goal? It took me 3 years to do 6 figures. I didn't care how long it took, but I figured out what was it gonna take and I worked it backwards. I said, okay, in order to make 6 figures, I need so much business, so much closing, so many appointments, so many sales. And that's what we're here to help you with today. So the first area is financial goals. And you got to know your numbers. The reason we do this first is because I stress that it's so important because this is what helps you stay on track. Are those things that helps you know you're doing the right things. Every single agent that I've taught this, that has studied it and implemented it in their life on a week-to-week basis, has achieved their results in the time frame that they wanted. Now, it doesn't happen for everyone because you have to stay consistent. You have to do it every day, every week. But I believe in you because you're here today. You've made the decision to improve your life, to create a business that you're proud of. So congratulations. Now it's time to start doing the work. So first, how many closed sales do you need in order to achieve your goal? So I did a little research before today and I focused it on how do you earn 12 new listings every single year. See, if you could just add 1 new listing every month for the rest of your career, your business will flourish. See, I said new business. As you grow your business, hopefully you're giving people amazing service. You're creating an amazing experience for them that they enjoy, that they love, and they love working with you because you took care of them, because you cared about their goals. But we gotta make sure that we first get that new business. So in order to do 0 to 3 million, in order to do about 3 million in sales in the United States, the average sale price differs a little bit depending on what research that you look up, but it's around $250,000 a house. That means that in order to do 12 deals, that'll equate to $3 million in sales, which is approximately $90,000 in gross closed commission. Could you use an extra $90,000 in gross closed commission? I bet you could. So now we know how many sales you need. This is kind of how it works. So you can go ahead and write my numbers down today, and then when you're done with this, you can come back and look and see. Part of our monthly mastery group, for those of you that are monthly mastery students, we provide you with the goal spreadsheet that figures this all out for you in our monthly mastery group inside the Jumpstart training. So a lot of you have done this already. I do this every 6 months because I want to make sure I'm on track. And do our goals change sometimes? Absolutely. A lot of my top agents that I've worked with, I push them up about 4 or 5 months into the year because people don't really know what they're capable of until they start having those small wins. So that's why I say, make sure you do something that you believe in, that you think is possible, something you can get behind, a number that you're willing to take on. And as we grow and see the numbers, then we can start pushing those goals up farther and farther because it's about the journey. It's about leveling up, right? It's about getting to that next level constantly. And the first level for every agent is to get from 0 to 3 million in new sales every single year. The next piece is you gotta have listing agreements, right? You gotta have signed contracts. So you wanna also start working on your presentation. You wanna make sure that you're getting signed contracts. And how many signed contracts do you need? How many listings do you need in order to close 12 deals? Well, once again, the average is 70% of listings close. So what that means is if you get 10 new listings and all you did was put a sign out front, posted it on MLS and had some pictures, you pretty much guaranteed to get 7 of those closed. Now, as you continue to grow and get better, your conversion's gonna get higher. As you get better at pricing properties, as you get better at choosing clients to work with. But right now, you just need to get those listings, and we gotta figure out how. So you need 17 signed contracts over the next year in order to close 12. Did you get that? Fantastic. The next one is perform appointments. It's time to learn how to perform an appointment. You gotta go on appointments before you're even gonna get somebody to sign a contract. So do you understand how this is starting to work? This is called the real estate process, or what I like to call the relationship process. It's about creating, building, and maintaining relationships and earning clients along the way. So if your only goal this year was to get 1 new listing every single month, that's it. That's all your goal is. And your goal is to go on 1 appointment every single week in order to achieve that. Do you think that you can find a way? Do you think that you can make that happen and get 1 new appointment every single week? And I also gave you a horrible conversion ratio, right? That's 1 out of 4. Can you get 1 out of 4 listings by going and showing up? Of course you can. Even if you're brand new and you don't know what to say. See, this is one of the things that I really, brand new people, one of the reasons that they end up getting out of the business. The reason that people fail this business is because one of the reasons is because they say, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do, so I'm not gonna go do it. Business in real estate is about relationships. Your goal is to get people to like and trust you. Your goal is to work for a broker and surround yourself with people that you trust that can help support you. Because if you don't know the answer, hopefully you're working and surrounding yourself with people that do. Your goal is to figure out how you can best help somebody. And if you truly believe that you are the best person to help a friend, a family member, a neighbor, somebody who needs to sell their home, they're gonna believe that you're the person to do it. Now we've gotta create some confidence, especially if you haven't gotten a listing in a while, because what happens is we get in our own head, right? We haven't gotten a listing in a while, or you haven't even gotten your first contract yet. It is difficult, but you gotta push through that because every small win you get creates a little more confidence, which starts making people feel more and they're confident in you. See, the more confidence that you build, the more confident people are gonna be in you in listing their home. Plus, you're gonna learn from the experience. One of the reasons experiencing life is so important because experiencing life is about your past experiences. It's about learning from the past and not living in it. It's about living in the now and creating the experiences that you want today. doing the things you need to do in order to create experiences for the future and define what those future experiences are. See, when you get really great at understanding how to experience life more, then it's a lot easier to deal with the struggles, with the obstacles, with all the no's you're gonna get. You're gonna get some no's, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes 8 no's to get to the 9th yes. It's all about understanding what sales is. It's about knowing your numbers. And if you know that if you talk to 100 people in a week, that you'll get 1 closing. If you talk to 100 people a week, will you talk to 100 people in a week? I hope so, because that's the truth. That's the reality of real estate, is that it's a numbers game. In the beginning, your numbers are gonna suck. You're gonna say things you didn't mean to say. You're not gonna know the answers. You're gonna fumble. But the fastest way to improving, the fastest way to get better at your numbers is to get out there and fail. It's to get out there and do it wrong for a while. And then think about, reflect, and look back at what you can do to do better tomorrow. See, every day is about how can you improve tomorrow? How can you be a little better this week than you were last week so that we can get to the point where you're reaching your goals? So you gotta perform appointments. 1 a week. 1 a week will help you get to 17 listings a year to get 12 closings are the numbers. And the last one, create relationships. Create relationships. Oh my goodness. It's amazing to me. You get new agents that come in and like, I've been in the business for a few months and nothing's going on. I don't have any support. It's really difficult. I'm like, okay, how many people are you talking to a day? And they're like, huh? It's like a deer in headlights. They don't even know what I'm talking about. You got to talk to people. We're in the people business. We're not in the real estate business. We're not actually selling homes and buying homes. We're selling a service. We're providing people consultation. We're helping people, guide them through the process. And so customer service is important, but you can't give customer service until you have a relationship. And the more that the people like and trust you, the more that they're going to listen to you, the more you're going to be able to help them along that path. And communication is key with that. Like I said before, you're going to communicate with people in a bad way in the beginning, and that's all right. But you got to talk to a lot of people in order to get better. One of the little secrets that I give people is that you got to talk to 20 to 25 people a day if you want a huge successful real estate business. In order to do 12 new deals a year, closings, you probably get away with talking to 5 people a day. But just start somewhere. Pick up your phone. Start with the A's, right? Text somebody. Talk to somebody on social media. Start talking to people about real estate, and you're gonna learn a lot more on how to do that. Cool? Awesome. So financial goals. You gotta know your numbers so that you know what action steps to take. The second one, your why and your purpose. Why be a seller's agent, right? A lot of people, buyers are a lot easier to work with than sellers. But buyers take a lot more time than sellers do. So here's 4 reasons why it's important to be a seller's agent. The first one is inventory, right? As you build your inventory, it's just like a store. It's just like when you go shopping at Target or Publix or Sam's Club, whatever it is for you, they have inventory for you to choose from. Really funny story. Actually, recently, I was in the hunt for some stuff at a health food store. And I went to this health food store that's been around for over 25 years. It's under new ownership. And I walked in and there was like nothing on the shelves. I was like, whoa, I was looking for something specific and they didn't have it there. I think they had like 1 choice and 1 bottle. What do you think I did? I walked out. They didn't have choices for me. They didn't have inventory. I couldn't buy anything from them. And so I went to another store that had lots of selections. They had lots of different things for me to buy, and they had a great consultant there to help me choose. Having listings is your inventory. This is how you have a predictable business. Remember what I said? 7 out of 10 homes sell on average. So if you have 10 listings, you can basically guarantee that over the next 12 months, 7 of those will close. Do you think that that's predictable income? Absolutely. See, when you hit a certain level in real estate, and I always say, when you hit 4, 5, 6 million in sales in real estate, you have a predictable business because of what level you reached at. And that's what I want for you. You gotta have inventory and you gotta have other people selling your inventory. You know what's so great about having listings is other people are doing the work to show it. Other people are bringing buyers to your store. You got this. I believe in you, and it's about building a listing inventory. The next one is freedom of time. Oh, freedom of time. It's so nice to have 10 listings and go on vacation and not worry about it if you've got a good admin person. But when you're working with buyers, I mean, I don't know about you, but I have spent days with buyers before, hours, and then they decide not even to do anything. You know, it takes a lot of time to work with buyers, and it's cool. I work with buyers. I work with people that from my past and my current clients. But you gotta decide to spend more of your time working with sellers because that's where the real money is long term. The next one is predictable income. We talked about this already. I want you to have a business that you're proud of, but I want you to have a business where you can predict your income in the next 12 months. That's why in financial goals, when you track your numbers on a week-to-week basis and you can see all of how many appointments you're going on, how many contracts that you're getting, and you can see your conversion ratio. If you keep doing those numbers, you're gonna keep having the same results. And in 12 months, all of those relationships are gonna start turning into business. So I'll give you a couple other really fun statistics. Internet leads. Everybody wants leads. I want leads. I wanna work for a broker that gives me leads. I need leads. Okay. The best way to create your business is to create your own leads. I wanna hit that myth right out of the gate. I've been a broker. I had a successful brokerage for 3 years and I know how it works. I've worked with internet leads. They can be extremely expensive and time consuming. The average person that starts their search online is 24 to 28 months away from doing something. I'm gonna show you at the end of this training what the top things to do to create a new listing right now, to help you get a new listing in the next 30, 60, 90 days. It just depends on you. It depends on if you are willing to start doing the work and get out there and do it. And I want you to have predictable income. See, when first you get started in this business, it's so hard because you're not making any money. Some of you, this is the first commission job you've ever had. I emphasize, I know that it is extremely difficult, but that's why you gotta get up in the morning. You gotta show some passion. You gotta show some excitement. And you gotta do the things you need to do. The last one, exponential growth. Sellers will help you grow a lot faster. When you're working with buyers and you're spending a lot of time, then you're not spending time working with sellers. The way to have exponential growth is to list a lot of properties. I know people that do over 100 deals a year just working with sellers. It is possible. We have to help you determine what are the best ways for you to do that. We're almost there. The next one, relationships. Relationships, relationships, relationships. Create, build, and maintain exceptional relationships, and you will create, build, and maintain a successful life. That's right, you heard me. Relationships are the name of the game. Relationships is what helps you have that freedom, that joy, that love, and all of that success. And it's about creating lifelong success. One of the things that differentiates experienced life coaching from a lot of other coaching out there is that we're about helping you for the long term. I'm here to support you. That's why we have an online monthly mastery group where we do live Q&A. We're gonna do a live Q&A after this, so stick around. In the comments, you'll have a link to go to the live Q&A where I'm gonna answer questions that you have based on how to earn a new listing. How cool is that? You get to work with me right away today, and I will be online for as long as we need to answer as many questions as possible. Isn't that cool? That's really cool. And that's why it's because I believe in you having that lifelong success. I don't want you to just have success. I want you to feel success because feeling successful is amazing and you reach new levels that you've never reached before. First thing here, aware. All right, so relationships in the beginning, I want you to understand what it's going to take to get to relationships. And I've said it a few times today. Aware, know, like, and trust. The more people that like and trust you, the more people that are going to do business with you. Now, here's one of the really interesting things about top of mind. People aren't going to think about you until they've seen you, talked to you, been in front of you for 7 to 9 times, right? Somewhere in that range. So you have to make sure you stay in contact with people. If they're brand new and they don't even know who you are, that's going to take a little time. If it's a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a coworker, a high school friend, whatever that is, hopefully they at least like you and hopefully they trust you. Those are the people that are going to do business with you the fastest. And so the goal is, I'll give you one more example because it's just popping in my mind right now. Open houses. If you're sitting in open house your goal is not to sell that person. From now on, your goal is to create a friendship. It's to create a relationship with that person. It's for you to help that person like you through communication, through listening to them, through trying to understand what's their purpose for being at the open house, right? Because they're not even aware of you yet. Now they got to know who you are. They got to know your name. They got to know where you work. They got to know that you care. People don't want to work with you until they know how much you care about them, right? They don't care about how much you know. They care about how much you care about them. And so when people talk about, I don't know what to say, you don't have to say much. Use your personality. Use asking powerful questions and create likeness, trust, build that rapport with people. Because once you build that rapport with people, it's a fun little game that I like to personally play is how do you get somebody to ask you to do business with them? Really interesting stuff. The way you do that is that you earn the client. You educate them. You help answer their questions, and then they like and trust you. And that's the fastest way to creating exceptional relationships. You get masterful of that, and you will see your business explode. Next one, entrepreneurship. All right, how do we build a business that you're proud of, right? We want to have a business that's profitable, that we're proud of, that we design for ourselves. You know, building a business is fun. Now be careful, especially for you new agents. A lot of you want to build all this stuff up front. You know, there's a thing that I like to call free versus paid. Sweat equity versus cost equity, right? I built my business with a lot of sweat equity. I didn't pay for anything for my first 2 years. Very little did I pay for in my first 2 years because I wanted to build something that was profitable, that I was proud of, that didn't cost me a lot of money. And you can do it. So for brand new people especially, you gotta be focusing on all the free stuff. So don't get caught up with having to have all these different things, right? Having to have the perfect website and the perfect Facebook account and the perfect Instagram account, and I've gotta have mailings and I've gotta have these beautiful business cards. You don't need all of that. What you need is you. You need to take action every day and create those relationships. Because if you're out there making friends and if you're out there learning everything you can about an area, about your market, about how to be the best version of yourself, you will create business which will give you more time and more money to invest and do it in a way that's comfortable and confident. All right, so thoughts. As an entrepreneur, it all starts with thoughts. What are you putting in your mind on a daily basis, right? What are you listening to in the car? What are you reading? Who are you listening to? Who are you surrounding yourself by? Everything starts with a thought. And for some of you, it's going to take a long time to get rid of some of those negative thoughts, to get rid of some of that self-talk, because until you start thinking differently, you're not going to act differently. And so one of the reasons that we repeat so much in our trainings is because repetition creates retention. I've read books 3, 4, 5, 6, even 10 times, and I learn something new every time I do it. But then I always say, what's the one thing I can take away? You know, I don't listen to a lot of crazy music. I listen to a lot of audiobooks that my subconscious listens to help me improve in those different areas. And it's what the funniest thing is here's one of the other things that you can do. As a listing agent, I spent 3 months in the beginning of my career memorizing scripts. I was never a script reader. I don't like scripts. I don't like reading from scripts because guess what? It sounds like you're reading from a script. And I'm sure you're the same way. You don't want to sound like you're reading a script. But when you memorize scripts, when you memorize questions to ask, what happens is that when you're face to face with somebody, when you're face to face with a potential client, buyer or seller, the questions just pop in your head. And it's absolutely incredible. That's one of the ways to help improve your thoughts, is to memorize questions that you need to listen to. Listen to people that have done what you want to achieve. I believe in you, you've got this. Second one, actions. What are the actions you're doing? Are you spending 1 hour a day talking to people? Or are you spending 4 hours a day talking to people? Are you spending 4 hours a day watching television? If you're spending 4 hours a day watching television, then you're not spending time productively, in my opinion, because you're probably not watching 4 hours of things that are helping you reach your goal. So I want to make sure that you understand it starts with thoughts. Next, it's what actions are you taking on a daily basis? And then what are your behaviors, right? What's your attitude? How do you behave with people? Are you a gossiper Or do you talk about positive things? Do you believe in taking action? Like, how do you behave every single day? How do you behave for yourself? How do you behave in front of your children? How do you behave with your significant other? See, one of the things that we forget about is that we're living on autopilot a lot of the time. And as you follow these steps, you will start noticing a change, because the best way to change your life is to change your thoughts. It's to change your actions. And it's to role model in front of others to help them, right? To help inspire other people to grow. Because I don't know about you, but I'm married, right? If you're married, you know that it's probably the most difficult thing is to tell your significant other what to do, right? It doesn't work because you got a role model, right? You got to show them that there's a better way, that you're a better person, and they will eventually come up to your level, hopefully. The next one is habits. What are your habits? What are you doing every single day that you don't even realize you're doing, right? Tying your shoe is a habit. Brushing your teeth is a habit. Taking a shower is a habit. Hope you're taking a shower. But what are your habits? You know, one of my habits is journaling every single morning for 30 minutes about my day, about what do I want to accomplish today? What changes do I need to make today? How can I be most productive today? We're talking about one new listing. I want you to think about, we talked about who do you need to become to get one new listing. So now write down a list of what habits do you think you need in place in order to get one new listing, right? What's one new habit? Go on one appointment every week, right? I know that top agents that want to do somewhere between 8 and 10 million in sales at that average $250,000 price, they know that they got to go on 3 appointments a week. 3 appointments a week, they know that's their goal. They're striving to do that. Some weeks I bet they go on 4 and 5, some weeks they go on 1. But at least they know there's the habit. And what happens is once you start creating that habit, it takes about, they say 21 days, but I like 21 to 90 days to create a solid habit. So in the beginning, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard to pick up your phone every day and make the calls. It's going to be hard to go knock on doors every single day. It's going to be hard to go to open houses and do that type of work. It's going to be difficult in the beginning. It's going to be uncomfortable because you're not going to see the results. But if you keep doing it consistently, the results will come. So as you create a successful entrepreneurship, a successful real estate business, you want to make sure you're continually thinking about your thoughts, actions, behaviors, and habits. All right, experience your day. We're on the 5th one. We got success work after that, so stay with me. But experiencing your day is where it really comes together. And that's why at the end of each day, do you feel accomplished? Do you feel accomplished at the end of the day? Do you go home at the end of the day and be like, you know what? I did it today. I made it. I was successful today. Because like I told you before, I don't want you to just have success. I want you to feel success. And the more that you feel successful, the more work you're going to do. I don't know about you, but I get super ramped up. When I get a new listing or a new closing or a new client, a new coaching person, like I get amped up. And then I get excited and I start going to do more work to find more of that. You know, it's basically, it's that adrenaline rush. You know, it's that dopamine hit that you want whenever you feel success. And so the way to do that is your productivity planner. I put the link in the success work for your productivity planner. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what this tool is magical, and this is a tool that you'll use for the rest of your career. In the productivity planner, you're gonna do your weekly plan. Basically, you're gonna decide what are your sources, what are the most important things you need to do, and then you're gonna put no matter what you need to do, all right? So what that means is that you've got to do, sorry, I'm going backwards here. Feel accomplished about your day, productivity planner, it's called the Pick 3. You have to decide how you're gonna get your listings. And one of the other reasons that a lot of real estate agents fail is because they try to do too many things. If you master one source in real estate, you can achieve up to 6-figure business. I've seen it done over and over and over again. I built my business cold calling in neighborhoods. I taught people how to do this in new construction, in social media, in farming and neighborhood. If you master one area, you will achieve massive success. And so we want to make sure we stay specific. The Pick 3 means you can only pick 3 sources. That's it. You can't pick any more. I'm sorry. Pick something you love, pick something you like, and try something new. If you're a brand new agent, You're only allowed 2. Yes, because if you focus and master on those 2, then it's easier to add as you go. When you hit a certain level, then you can start adding as you go. And so make sure that you download the productivity planner. In our Jumpstart training, which is part of the monthly mastery group, I go over exactly how to do that, how to fill it out, and why it's so important. But give it a try. And I always tell people, nobody gets it right in the beginning. It always takes about 3-4 months for somebody to start using it kind of in a way that flows with them. Next part, energy enthusiasm. The greatest gift that you can give yourself as a brand new person, as an experienced person who needs to relaunch, who needs to get back out there, is to have energy and enthusiasm. If you're excited about your business, if you're excited about helping people buy and sell a home, then they're gonna be excited about working with you. And what's your energy level like? Are you tanked at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Right? What are your sleeping habits? Are you drinking a lot of water? Are you taking breaks? How's your nutrition? We're not gonna go through how to do energy today, but what's your energy level like? And are you focused on improving that energy? You know, it's funny, I see people drinking these big things of soda and eating like French fries and chicken wings and burgers for lunch. I'm like, oh my God, that's just killing your energy, right? If you want to have a successful business, you're going to need the energy to get out there and do the work. And a lot of your stuff is going to happen in the afternoon. So we want to make sure that you're staying excited and people are feeling that. Next one, attitude. Do you have an attitude? Do you have a positive attitude? Do you have a negative attitude? Like, your attitude says a lot. Attitude is everything. I want you to learn how to get up every day with a positive attitude and get out there and do it. Because here's what's gonna happen is, you're gonna end up, we're working with people. You're gonna work with some amazing people. You're gonna work with some challenging people. In real estate, part of your job is to keep the transactional details flowing. It's to be that emotional buffer for people. And your attitude is going to be important because people are going to feed off of it. You know, it's funny, when I was cold calling, one of the things that I used to love is that when I called someone and they were like, hello, and you knew that they were probably not quite a positive person. One of the best ways to handle that is to just basically mirror what they did. So I would be like, hello, and it always sends it back. But then you got to guide them, right? I would be like, hello, this is AJ, you know, with blah, blah, blah. And I would move them into a different conversation. I would help guide them from where they are and then slowly lift them up and improve their attitude. See, attitude is contagious. And if you have a great attitude, you'll also attract people with great attitudes. And that's when you get to the point where you can choose your clients. See, it's funny because I notice a lot of times there's agents out there that have really gossipy, very drama, really negative. You know, everything's always a problem. And you know what's really interesting is they always find these clients that are the same way because you attract who you are, right? Having a great attitude is not just for you, but it's for the world, right? Why create more negativity in the world when you can be an uplifter, when you can create more positivity? Because guess what? Real estate's amazing. We have the opportunity to help people buy and sell homes. I mean, we get to help people move into their first home. We get to help people retire in this first home. We get to help people that are going through troubled times. Like, it's such a great opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. And if you go in it with that mindset and that attitude, more people are going to want to work with you. That's how you get business. When you're putting good into the world, the universe will speak back to you. I was just talking about this with my wife the other day. When you are doing the right things, when you're doing what you're meant to do and putting good out there, good comes back. You gotta work on it. I believe in you. You can do this. And the last one, reduce distractions. You ever been distracted? Oh my gosh. Have you been distracted while watching this video? I hope not. We are so distracted nowadays between technology, between social media, our phones, emails. You've got to be extremely careful with your time because it's about getting in the flow. I love getting in the flow. It takes me about 15, 20 minutes to get into the flow, to really like be doing something that I love and being productive and passionate with it. And then a phone call comes in and knocks me off course, and then I got to start all over again. We're going to talk about creating relationships in the end. I'm going to give you another quick tip. 50-minute time blocks. Just start with 50 minutes. And I want you to turn your phone on airplane mode or don't answer it, turn off your emails, whatever it is, but spend 50 minutes just talking to people and try to make sure that you create no distractions. And you will be amazed at how much more productive you are long term. See, here's the funny thing. I can do more work in 10 hours than most people do all week because I eliminate the distractions around me and I stay super focused in what my priorities are. The reason I know what my priorities are is because I do the productivity planner. I do my productivity planner twice a week. I look at my numbers twice a week because there's a lot going on. And I want to make sure that I'm top of mind of what's most important because it's extremely easy to get distracted in this world. And the better you get at eliminating distractions, the more productive you're going to be. So experience your day, really important. All right, we've made it. It's time for your success work. Nothing works until you do. So we've talked about the vision. We talked about where you want to be. You want to create at least one new listing every 30 days. It'll change your life. Start with one new listing and then repeat it. But you got to become that person. And I don't know about you, but if you're brand new, I would be doing everything in my power every day to learn, to create, and to share. I'd be learning everything I need to learn about the one source in order to get a new listing. And I'm going to talk to you about what I think the 3 best sources are for a brand new person and to get paid the fastest. So first, what's your form of communication? What do you love the most? I actually loved face-to-face and talking on the phone. I really love talking on the phone. Is it phone? Is it face-to-face? Is it social media? Is it email? Is it text message? Is it mailing? Like, what form of communication are you most comfortable with? Because, for instance, if you don't like talking on the phone, then you shouldn't be calling people necessarily right away. And I get that a lot, which is funny, and usually that's just a fear of I have no idea what. But basically, if you love going face-to-face, then determine in your day, how do you get face-to-face with people? Because if you love to do it, you're going to do it more often. So I want you to define what is your most comfortable form of communication. I actually know a guy who got started in this business. He didn't want to call anyone. He didn't want to do face-to-face. And so I was like, okay, let's start somewhere, right? We need to just start somewhere. Baby steps, right? We need to take little baby steps up the stairs as we continue to grow and get to the next level. I said, he had a huge following on Facebook, a huge, like 3,000 followers. I said, your goal every day is to text or to, I don't even know what it is on Facebook, but to Facebook message 10 people every day that you know and like about real estate, to say, hi, how you doing? And guess what? He got an appointment his first week doing that. And he was so excited, he started going to 20 people a day. So you see, it's about the little things. It's about taking those little steps. And it's about taking action no matter what, right? Everything's scary when you first do it. Everything's uncomfortable when you first do it. The first time I did videos back in 2012, I read from a teleprompter. And I swore I wouldn't do anything but read from a teleprompter because I didn't know what to say. It takes time, right? Now I can speak without seeing any words. I don't have to plan it all out. I just need a general topic to help you reach the level of success that you want. And I love it. And that's what I want for you, is to take those little baby steps, do it wrong, but do what you're most comfortable with now so that we can start breaking through and give you those little confidence and small wins to help you do some of the things that you're uncomfortable with. So choose your form of communication. Plus, you want to start noticing what your buyers and sellers' form of communication is. Just because you don't like to text message doesn't mean your client doesn't like to text message. So I work really hard at that. When you start working with somebody, you're going to learn what their form of communication is. You either get this long email, or you get the long voicemail, or you get the Facebook. I've seen it all, you know, and so you need to also adapt to your people, but always try to do what your form of communication is if you can. Next one, your productivity planner. Do it. Please do it. You deserve it. It will help you do the things you need to do and be productive. Go to the bit.ly link, EXPWPP. WPP. I don't even know what that means. Word, productivity planner. Go and download it, print it out, try it out for a few weeks. You want to do it on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday before your week starts. You're going to allow you to open your mind. It's going to allow you to stay focused, because here's what so many people do in this business. They get up in the morning and they like, what am I going to do today? And next thing you know, they have some coffee, they have some breakfast, they play around on their internet. Next thing you know, it's 11 or 12, and they're like, maybe I'll go do an open house today. No. Experience your day. Take back your day. Because the amazing thing is, the more that you own your day, the more time you get to do the things that you want. I know that sounds crazy. That's something that I learned about 4 or 5 years ago, is as I started scheduling and planning my day more, I got more time. I have 2 kids. I spend a ton of time with my 1 and 3-year-old. I spend a ton of time with my wife because I'm extremely productive in short spurts of time so that I can have the time to also enjoy my life, which in fact is more important than business anyways. So we want to make sure that we're enjoying the things that matter most to us. Sphere of influence. So the boop, 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 boop. Love this thing. So the 3 sources to help you get started. If you're brand new in the business and you have lived in your town for more than 5 years, you've got to have sphere of influence as your first source. You've got to, because your friends and family like and trust you. They're here to support you. They're here to help you. And I'm not saying you got to be a hard closer. All you got to do is just start talking to them again. Take people out to breakfast, to lunch, see how they're doing. Ask them if they know anybody thinking about buying or selling a home. You got to talk to people, and the people that you know are the easiest to talk to. In the beginning, I always give people a little break. If you just need to call and say hi to somebody, do it. But it's about those habits we talked about. If you're in the habit of calling people from 8:30 to 9:30 every morning, after about a month, you're going to automatically do it. And it makes it a lot easier, and you expend a lot less energy doing it because it's part of your subconscious. That's one of those little secrets. And I know you hear a lot of trainings on this stuff. You hear a lot of guys out there saying, go do the open house, talk to your friends and family. Like, yes, they're all right, but it's about the energy that you put into it. It's about how you're thinking about doing it. See, stop thinking prospecting. Stop thinking hard sales and start thinking create, build, and maintain exceptional relationships. Because when you start caring about the relationship, when you begin to care more about their goals, you're gonna get more business and they're gonna tell more of their friends. It's amazing. When you get a listing, what's amazing is when you do it right, you get more business from the listing. I just got 2 new listing appointments from one sign in one neighborhood, and both the neighbors went over and asked them how it was going. How do you think they said it was going? They said it was going great. So I was able to earn 2 appointments from one by not doing anything at all except for providing an amazing experience. That's the key. You start getting 1 new listing and maximizing it, right? Knocking on the doors around there, sending out letters, doing open house, people getting to know you. Your business will grow and you'll love doing it. And you're gonna get to know some wonderful people. So, sphere of influence, 1, go through your phone, go through your social media, go through your neighborhood, right? Who do you know, like, and trust? In our Jumpstart training program, I go through a whole training on sources and how to maximize them. You'll have the ability to check that out. But first, we want to make sure that you start doing these things. The second, farming. Pick a neighborhood, right? What kind of clients do you want to work with? Do you want to work in the luxury market? Do you want to work with waterfront homes? Do you want to work with first-time home buyers? Do you have a specific neighborhood you want to work? It takes about a year to really get things creating in a farming neighborhood. But consistency tells it all. Remember I told you 7 to 9 times people need to see you, talk to you in order to even remember who you are. That's why you see so many advertisements out there, the billboards, right? The TV, the commercials, on your channels, YouTube channels, like everything has this branding because they understand that if you see it 7, 8, 9 times, when you think about going to have something done, for instance, when you think about drinking a soda, what's the first company you think of? It's probably Coke or Pepsi. Why? Because you've seen it so many times in your lifetime. That's what you need to be. You need to stop being a secret agent. Secret agent, man. You gotta stop being secret. You want people to know who you are and what you do, and the way to do that is by getting in front of them. So farming, so pick an area. And the third, open houses. Open houses can be great and open houses can suck. It all depends upon your attitude. and how you plan for the open house. So I'm going to give you a couple quick tips here to help you earn one new listing. Write these down. First, under sphere of influence, I want you to go through your phone, go through it alphabetically, and talk to at least 5 to 10 people every day. 5 to 10 people every day. Write down notes. Put them into your CRM. If you don't know what a CRM is, talk to your broker. You want to put them in your CRM and stay in contact with them. 5 to 10 every day. Either call them, go visit them. Do you have anybody you can go visit at their office? Go have lunch with them, breakfast, whatever it is. 5 to 10 people a day in your sphere of influence. Farming. Pick an area that you want to start working and start studying it. Learn about the market. Go see the homes. Go to other open houses. Create a comparable market analysis. Learn that neighborhood and get involved in that neighborhood. And if you have no listings yet, which is totally cool, I'd be very surprised if you're working for a brokerage that doesn't have any listings. See, one of the cool things is I work at a brokerage that's very large. There's lots of listings that other agents will let you sit at because top agents don't have time to sit at all their open houses. So you have opportunity, you got to choose it. But pick an open house in the farm area. Get some signs with your picture on it. Send out a letter inviting 100 people to come to your open house. Knock on 10 doors to the right, 10 doors to the left, and 20 doors across the street, and hand them an invitation and a flyer and say, hey, I'm having an open house. Come on by if you'd like. This is how you create relationships. This is how you learn the business. This is how you get your name out there. And guess what? At very low cost. And you're doing what you love to do, right? If you want to go after for sale by owners and expireds, fine. That's not something that I typically teach for brand new people. And a lot of coaches do. And that's fine, that's cool. But you know what? I didn't grow my business that way. And I grew my business organically. I grew it through my sphere of influence, through farming neighborhoods, through open houses. So I believe in you. Take one of these areas, put them on your productivity planner, and make sure that you figure out what are the 3 to 5 things you have to do in each area. So, give you an example. I gave you a couple for sphere of influence. So when you print the productivity planner, you put sphere of influence. How much business can you do? How many new listings can you get from your sphere of influence? So let's say you put 4, right? I can get 4 new listings in the next year from people that I know, that like me and trust me, okay? On the list, priority, 5 to 10 people I'm gonna talk to every single day. Right? Priority, 1 appointment every single week. Priority, send thank you cards. Whatever you think that you need to do to help you hit the goal of 4 listings in that area. Same thing with farming, right? Knocking on a door, having a party, doing open houses, whatever it is for you. There's a ton of information online that teaches you how to continue to improve these. But I want you to keep it simple. See, we didn't give you a big long list of things to do because until you do these couple things, how are you going to do all the other stuff, right? It's about earning 1 new listing as fast as possible. And the way you do that is communicating with people and doing what you can right away. Open houses, right? You can put open house, knock on 40 doors with invitations to the open house. It can be marketed on Facebook or social media. It can be call around the neighborhood. Whatever it is that you think that will gain more business. See, open houses aren't really meant to sell the house. It's very rare that you'll sell a home through an open house. It happens. I've done it. But what happens is you get a lot of attraction from the neighbors. You get people from Zillow that come because they see the open houses. So you can very easily create new relationships from sellers or homeowners as well as other buyers. You got this. I believe in you. It's just time to do the work. And your schedule. Your schedule, your schedule, your schedule. Take massive action. As a new agent, you should be spending half of your time creating relationships. What that means is if you're working 40 to 50 hours a week, half of that time should be creating relationships because that's all that matters in the beginning. Is how many people can you talk to? How many friends can you make? How many people can you help? How many people can you earn clients with? Like the whole idea is to take massive action and help you to jumpstart your business by earning 1 new listing. I believe in you. I know you got this. And it all begins and ends with you. It all starts with 1 new listing. I teach this all the time, and I truly believe that everyone is capable of earning one new listing. It all depends on how fast you're willing to take that massive action. How fast are you willing to put a smile on your face? Wake up excited, be enthusiastic, and get out in the world and start helping people, because that's what it's all about. Real estate agents are there to help people buy and sell a home. I believe in you, and I'm very excited for you in your future. If you have some questions that you want to ask, go ahead and click the link below, and I'm just going to take about 5 minutes to kind of transition. But congratulations, you've made it through today's training, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks again so much, and I'll see you in the Q&A.